Let's clean up on aisle Kamala, the VP forced to do her own damage control after a brutal report on dysfunction in her office and allegations that there is a nasty feud going on between her staff and Joe Biden's White House. Kamala's team feels like she's being sidelined and saddled with no-win jobs, but the VP once again just laughing off the controversy.
We're getting things done, and we're doing it together.
So you don't feel misused or underused?
No, I don't. I am very, very excited about the work that we have accomplished, but I am also absolutely clear-eyed that there is a lot more to do, and we're going to get it done. You know, George, polls, they go up, they go down, but I think what is most important is that we remain consistent.
One of those no-win jobs Harris reportedly hates is being the face of Joe Biden's border disaster. Kamala is proving she is way out of her league when it comes to managing that problem.
Well, it's not going to be overnight. We can't just flip a switch and make it better. The reality is that we inherited a system, an immigration system that was deeply broken, and it's requiring us to actually put it back together in terms of creating a fair process that is effective and efficient.
And breaking just an hour ago, Kamala Harris's communications director is out and will be leaving in December. All right, Greg, you've been stewing over this Kamala situation all day.
Yes, I've been stewing and stewing and stewing. The border fiasco is one of the great untold stories. She was given this plum assignment, right? And she does this fact-finding karaoke, and then it's like all done, and she pulls the Pontius Pilate, washes her hands. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where somebody chooses not to do the job they give you. She's worse than the cable guy. You know, the cable guy, when he'll be 4 or 5 hours late, but he'll fix your cable. She did not. She actually thought all she had to do was go there. Meanwhile, you know, she's a heartbeat away from the president, and the current heartbeat is owned currently by Joe Biden, which is scary. She's like the batter, the on-deck batter, and the pitcher's up at the plate, and you know he's going to whiff in 3. She's that close. That's why people are worried. I love that Jen Psaki blames all this criticism on racism and sexism, even though it was coming from the White House, which means, I guess, that makes Joe Biden a white supremacist. He did go to a funeral to the Grand Cyclops, so maybe that's true. But you get the sense that this is the most inept presidential administration in history, yet they've been in politics forever. This isn't like Trump, who was the consummate outsider. These are insiders and elites with a combined experience of probably centuries. And they've been doing this job for decades, and they suck. What does that tell you? You need people who aren't in government to run government.
So her answer about the border, which was pretty funny, it's Trump broke the border, and then she's having a hard time putting it back together.
Yeah, and this is what makes me really mad about Democrats, because this is one of their talking points, and you hear this over and over again. You hear this from Jen Psaki, anyone who's got a difficult problem, Alejandro Mayorkas. We can't wave a magic wand. We can't flip a switch. We can't do anything instantaneous. I get it. Government is hard work. Fixing problems and saving people's lives takes a lot of effort. And elbow grease and rolling up your sleeves, she doesn't want to do any of those things. I get it, you're not going to fix a problem now. She's not even identifying the problem in terms of immigration. People are suffering. People are suffering at the border. People are suffering in other countries. She doesn't have a plan for any of it. She's not acknowledging that it's a multi-pronged issue that she simply doesn't have the competence to solve. But what has happened in this White House, staffers in the Biden administration have reached critical mass. They have decided that she's the anvil that's pulling the administration down. Voters look at her and realize she's the plan B, and that's why her poll numbers are lower, because she is actually, to a lot of people who are paying attention now, they say, I trust her less than I trust the president. And that is saying something.
So that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. And I think about everything.
Not really.
That the Biden White House
but superficially.
thinks, the Biden White House thinks that Kamala is a drag on Joe, and they're trying to get rid of her.
Oh, yeah, I think that's the angle in D.C. now, and I do believe that, I don't know who came first, the West Wing or the right wing, but I think they are both now in cahoots when it comes to canceling Kamala. You know, I don't know if it's about sexism or racism. I just believe it's because she's unpopular, and she's unpopular partially because she has refused to be the energized, sidekick to make Joe Biden look good. She was supposed to be the counterpoint.
Right.
He is the elder
young,
statesman.
bright female
and she's
that
going to go out
had
there
charisma.
and the first of everything, and she's going to go out there and make some history. And I still say she should have gone and can still go to the edge of the Rio Grande and say, don't come, stop, this is not working. Maybe we should restart this border wall. Whatever she blames it on whoever came before her, the Trump administration or whoever.
She'll never do that.
Is her boogeyman. I think that she's got to seize the mantle, and she's not doing it. Tragedy is that she is historic. She is the first female Asian and African American and all the rest of that. But she's blowing it, and I think leaving a bad taste for the next one up. And I don't appreciate that.
Are you surprised that there's so much drama with the first female vice president?
No, you guys, I'm not surprised at all by any of her failures, nor the drama. As a Californian, as a human that has been watching her for decades, this is par for the course.
Yeah.
This is like, you have your friend who assures you, oh, when we have a baby, the relationship's gonna be better. Or like, as soon as we get married, he's gonna change. You guys, living under her watch in California, she was handed the DA nomination in San Francisco. She was handed the Attorney General position. She's never had to earn, she's never had to cultivate the hearts and minds of Californians, and she's never had to earn her way. This is why she dropped out of the Iowa caucus. It's because she wasn't even popular with the Democrats. She was polling at 3% when she dropped out. She raised less money than Mayor Pete. Her percentage was 21% less than his. So there's absolutely no change from that day until now, except for the position she now occupies. But the failures are par for the course. She has always been talk only. She has always changed. Even the New York Times called her, quote, an uneven campaigner who changes her message and tactics to little effect with a faction staff. What's changed to right now? As you said, we just got word that one is leaving in December. Yeah. Nothing has changed, everyone.
And that should have been an easy interview for her. I mean, Stephanopoulos, he's a hardcore Democrat. That's where you go to clean things up. And she couldn't even do that.
No, she couldn't.
With Stephanopoulos.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope.
What is wrong with this country?
What is wrong with these people?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.